in your book on Deng Xiaoping, the years 1969 to 1973.
Yes.
Deng was exiled to Jiangxi
Yes.
by Chairman Mao, and you called it Deng's time to ponder.
Right.
And you said this time in nature was an important experience that shaped sort of the greatness of his life and what he achieved. What was significant about that and other similarities that you saw with other historic global leaders?
He spent time in wilderness. He thought that was his term.
Mm.
That he had held high positions, so had a good sense of the problems of the country, and then had several years when he was out of office. And then when he came back, he had a sense of what China needed to do at that point. It's interesting, the position he was given when he came back was to be in charge of education. And he also took a couple of important visits just before he came to power. He came to power, you could say, in December 78. And a few months before, he went to Singapore. A few months after that, he went to Japan. But the previous year, he was already put in charge of developing things in higher education. And he was already beginning to think at that time of how you prepare people for leadership positions and what role education can play in training a group of people who could make contributions to the country. So he spent over a year in that position, and he was undoubtedly thinking about what the country needed and what role education can play. He didn't have the highest position at that time. It was just, but I think in preparation for the job he had beginning December 78, where he was de facto head of the country and thinking about its future,